Another one bust.
Hello, everybody. It is me, Demetra K, and I am sitting here with Donovan throwing rocks and high in his hand, Sadiq. And this is another great edition of Don't Believe the Hype, where we ask you to go below the surface to go find out the truth for yourself. Don't just believe what people tell you. As Donovan's great predecessor, Ronald Reagan said, Donovan's said, trust but verify, right? So, thank you for being here to the podcast and to YouTube. So, we are going to start off with the VMAs, the Video Music Awards through, I think it's MTV. And that's a shame that I don't even know who exactly it's by, because I don't watch TV, and I will take it a step further and admit I did not watch the VMAs, but I did see things trending on my news feed and social media and stuff. And so I'll get right into it. As I said, the VMAs took place last night, where there were a whole host of stars and different people giving awards and tributes and things like that. And so to start it off, Black Twitter, yes, Black Twitter is actually a thing for people who don't believe that they are, took Madonna to task because the VMAs, for whatever reason, is still a mystery, as I was telling Donovan about it. He said they asked Madonna to give a tribute to the late great now, Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin. And for what I understand, she stood on the stage for about 10 minutes or so, giving a personal story of how Aretha Franklin inspired her. Now, from what Black Twitter is saying, it says she spent most of that time talking about herself and not very much talking about the Queen of Soul. It sounds like she went to an audition or something back in the day and she sang Natural Woman, and so that's how she drew inspiration from Aretha Franklin and all this other stuff. But as I said, Black Twitter was mad with Madonna for that, and I guess rightfully so. But my thing is, are you really mad? Should you be mad with Madonna or the VMAs?
Right, because why would you even include... Go ahead.
But I guess too, maybe if I had to defend it a little bit, and I'm not trying to, but I think that kind of speaks to the broad reach that Aretha Franklin had on everybody. And it sounds like in Madonna's speech, she did tell people, everybody that was sitting there in the audience, you're here because of Aretha Franklin being such a trendsetter, blazing so many trails in, the music industry, because she could do it all. So,
right. You remember that episode of, it was in the School of Rock. Remember?
Honestly, I didn't see that movie.
Okay, well, let's take a look at the clip, and we'll get back to that. And in that part, everybody wants to party with Aretha.
Right, and so that I didn't see the movie, but yes.
Everybody wanted to party with Aretha.
So she knew everybody, and everybody was influenced by everybody. Even, I'm not in the music industry, you're not, but I'm sure you have an Aretha Franklin song, story, or something, and so... I guess I can understand why they use Madonna, but I don't understand why they didn't make it more make it more about Aretha. But it sounds like Madonna was just up there freestyling, so I don't know if she was reading notes or what.
What's your favorite Aretha song, real quick?
Mine is probably Say a Little Prayer. I love the rendition that she did from the Malcolm X soundtrack of Someday We'll All Be Free. That was originally written by Donny Hathaway. You cannot listen to that song. I impress upon anybody to listen to that song, Someday We'll All Be Free by Aretha Franklin. The whole version, the 8-minute version, and not shed a tear.
True.
I listened to that song last week before she passed, and I was listening to it, and my daughter was like, "You're tripping," because it's just a very emotional song. And for me, it was an emotional thing, because it's like Donny Hathaway wrote that song in 1973 with hopes, because he's speaking to black people, that we would be free from the things, I'm assuming, from the things that oppressed us. And then it was all, not to get off track here, I also know that he was, had some mental issues. He was schizophrenic, so maybe he was talking about himself as well. I don't know. But to think that song was written 45 years ago, and here we are. Still playing that as one day, y'all, we're going to be free. So that's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah,
but
my favorite is Who's Zooming Who.
Al actually likes her faster stuff. Yeah, but
Who's Zooming Who.
I can't think of a bad song that Aretha did, just to be honest with you. So anyway, people are mad at Madonna because she did the tribute, which it sounded like it sucked. Didn't she also do the Prince tribute?
I think she did something for Prince.
Yeah, so it sounded like that sucked too. So anyway, I'll transition to Tiffany Haddish, because I'm making a point here. And so Tiffany Haddish was giving away best video of the year. I think it was her and Kevin Hart, which I think you need like a Tylenol after watching them two together for a certain amount of time.
I stopped watching award shows about 30 years ago. Seriously.
Yeah, I don't have TV, so I don't.
Yeah, I just don't. I mean, I don't see the point. It's giving awards to themselves.
Well, it sounds like the whole ceremony sucked from what my assertion of what people were writing online and stuff. But so anyway, Tiffany and Kevin Hart were giving away an award to best video of the year. Mm-hmm. And so she's giving it to Cabela, I think that's her name. I'm probably saying it wrong too. But she had the song called Havana. That's a pretty hot song.
Never heard
a couple of months ago. You probably heard it, just don't realize it.
No, I never heard of it.
So you probably actually haven't.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't.
And so Tiffany butchered her name. And so she kind of goes on saying, yeah, Cabela, Camila, just kind of being a
ratchet.
Ignorant, like willfully ignorant. Oh, surprise. But it sounds like she was being willfully ignorant about mispronouncing the girl's name. And so as she's we got a little bit distracted by the door. Sorry about that, y'all. So as she's jacking up so as she's jacking up the name, she says, y'all know I can't read. I can't read that well. I only speak English, and I only speak Ebonics. And so I'm like, why? Why do you need to continue to be ignorant? And so again, like I said, I didn't watch the awards, but so as I heard Madonna and the backlash about Madonna and Tate May, did you see the awards?
I sure did.
Okay, so here's our expert on the BMA Awards. So my question is, why is Black Twitter or whoever?
I'm a part of Black Twitter.
Oh, you're Black? Okay, so yes, right on time, because Donovan was going to be like, dude. Why is Black Twitter more mad, if that's true, more mad at Madonna giving a jacked up tribute, which sounds like it was, to Aretha Franklin, than they are somebody like Tiffany Haddish, and then who can ultimately affect the Black community negatively more? Tiffany or Madonna?
I can say I know a lot of people that have kind of stepped away from Tiffany Haddish because she's from LA and we get her story, but it's like when the whole Beyonce thing came out, that's when a lot of people were like, why are you out in these streets? You're trying, this is your come up, and now you go run tell.
Right.
So I know me personally, she was cool in Girls Trip. I don't give her. She's just. I don't pay her no mind, and that's just Tiffany. And that's a lot of people. They pay Tiffany Haddish zero mind because she's just. She's just that ghetto girl, and I'm tired of the ghetto girl.
Right, but isn't she just one dimensional? Her shtick is that ain't going to last too long.
And it is. That is literally.
But I'm saying, then she get up there talking about, well, y'all know I don't read that well. I only speak English and it's Ebonics. It's like,
But you know what's funny? She does speak Japanese. Mm-hmm. If you actually Google Tiffany Haddish, she speaks fluent Japanese.
So why not talk about that kind of stuff?
But because that's how how every comedian has their, like you said, their shtick. Mm-hmm. That is hers. Is that loud ghetto girl. But
which there's some truth in what she's portraying.
Right, because she is from the hood. She's from the hood. And I mean, she's had a very difficult upbringing. So I guess, people turn their pain into comedy and it's manifested itself as this hood rat. I just don't. I don't pay her no mind no more. She doesn't get coins.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, okay, other than being she stereotyped herself.
Black Twitter has dragged Tiffany after that Beyonce thing. They dragged her, to Compton and back.
Right.
So people don't really. Now Madonna, that was 7 levels of disrespectful. I literally.
Yeah, because I haven't seen it yet, but I heard it's roughly 10 minutes or so of her kind of mentioning Aretha, but then talking about herself.
It was all about herself. I don't know what it was like. She had on She was trying to be from Wakanda chic. I don't know what.
Yeah, she had a bunch of stuff hanging from her.
It was like her hair was braided.
Isn't Madonna 60 something years old?
Aretha died on Madonna's birthday.
Wow.
So Elvis died It was Madonna's birthday, so it was a whole and she's from Michigan, hence why she spoke on Aretha's behalf.
Okay, so there's a connection.
I don't think Madonna should have said anything, because Madonna hasn't been Madonna since
what, 1993?
I can't even remember the album, but Madonna's over here, and she adopted all those black kids, and then
kidnapped all those black kids.
And then she said, and then the whole thing about when her kids can call her nigga and they call her she called them nigga. It was a whole thing.
I ain't heard about that.
Oh, you didn't hear? It was on. She was on Snapchat, not Snapchat, on Instagram, and this was a year or two ago. And she was talking about her kids, and she said the N-word, and people were like, pause.
Maybe the Madonna's suffering from dementia.
Well, she's 60.
Something's going on with Madonna.
She's 60 now. Well, I think her and Nicki Minaj, they all need talk space, some type of therapy.
Well,
Did you see the video of her and Nicki kissing on the lips?
Yeah.
Have you noticed that Madonna likes to kiss Britney Spears? She likes to kiss all these
But that's always been Madonna's
shtick.
shtick. Remember, that's always been her thing. She's always tried to push the envelope. But now she's 60. Grandma, bake some cookies, raise them kids, put out a single, like Cher.
Madonna.
Cher to the point where she'll throw out a single every once in a while, come wave, she'll drag somebody on Twitter and go home. That's what Madonna needs to do. Go sit down.
Yeah, because Madonna's not hurting for money. She's worth $800 million.
Yeah, Madonna's got
she's got money, so
she just needs to go to Malawi and kidnap some more black kids.
That's right. Right, and if you guys don't know what I'm talking about when I say she kidnapped kids, look at the story of what happened.
Her adoption was kind of jacked up.
Yeah, it was jacked
up. The dad was like, I didn't get permission.
Well, and the thing is, she was supposed to build like a school and stuff there, and never materialized.
She was trying to go behind Oprah, because Oprah opened that school for girls, and then she was like, well, I can be cool with the black folks too.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I just, when I saw that, because like I said, I didn't watch the awards, but I just wondered, well, who's having a more damaging effect on the black community? Is it Madonna? Or is it Tiffany?
I think it's more Tiffany.
But I've heard more about Madonna.
Tiffany, but Tiffany's got, she's been dragged so much that people just don't pay her no mind.
But I'm just saying, she only did one movie. It's like
she did one, but now she's in all these other movies, and then I used to.
But it ain't like she's a major.
She's got one
star.
Coming with
Kevin Hart.
People will say she is, because every time I've gone
she
to the
has
movies,
a stand up. I found a stand up on Netflix, and that was
Al said he could not watch. He said
I couldn't. I just can't.
But if you look
I have enough cousins that are ghetto.
And that's what I'm saying. She's one dimension. No matter what stand up you see of her, it's the same.
But aren't all comedians one-dimensional? It's Kevin Hart one-dimensional.
Well, Richard Pryor wasn't.
Well,
Eddie Murphy
that's
wasn't.
A different level of comedian.
Right.
These guys have one note, and they will play that note to death.
Right. And that's actually I was having a conversation with Alan, because he was asking about Eddie Murphy. He tried to say, well, what's the difference between her and him? I said, well, Eddie was multifaceted. It was like his comedy, it was like a story. It wasn't, he wasn't relying on being silly. I mean, the dude walked up and down the stage in a red suit. Right. But he was funny. He wasn't.
I mean, everything was. But even like Richard Pryor, Red Fox. I mean, even Bill Cosby, they had a story to go with it, and that's what made it funny.
Right.
I mean, it's not. Oh, I can even say Kathy Griffin. Don't hurt me on.
No. I know what you're saying.
I've seen Kathy Griffin live. Kathy Griffin live is hilarious.
But she wasn't, rolling around and then
no,
and all that
no,
stuff.
She wasn't. She had a story to tell,
right.
and you laughed from the time you sat down until the time you left. Kathy Griffin was, but again, those type of comedians aren't funny. They're just nowadays. These guys aren't funny at all.
Right, just vulgar.
That's like the last couple of times I've gone to a movie, whether it was a Black Klansman or whatever, and it always showed the movie that's coming out with her and Kevin Hart, and then the other one she's coming out with, I think, is a Madea movie.
Yeah, but
and it's like, to me, they look like the same character,
and they are.
Yeah, just loud talking, and she got out of prison. And
well,
like,
a good example, Adam Sandler. He plays the same character in every movie.
Well, Adam Sandler, to me, there's layers to this.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's misogynistic. Look at his movies. And I think he's a little bit of a bigot. Again,
well, he is Jewish. He is Jewish.
Well, I'm just saying.
That was Donovan.
Well, I mean,
the more I used to love me some Adam Sandler, but I started to notice that it was the same, just like with Tyler Perry, same one note, one note, and then I was like, okay, I got to let you go.
Well, where's Adam now?
Right.
Doing Netflix deals, and that's where his movies are terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
They never made money.
Yeah, I think he made stuff more for kids.
Right.
You know, because I remember when my daughter was young, she liked Adams and what is it, Big Daddy and all the other. I would never go see him myself, but
You know, you were into taking your daughter and then thinking that stuff.
I'm so happy she's older now. I don't ever have to see another Disney movie.
Right.
None of that stuff.
So
Amen.
so in the VMAs, what's your?
I mean, like I said, I didn't watch him. I don't have the ability to watch him. I guess I'll watch clips eventually, but
You ain't missing out on that.
yeah, and I heard they were terrible, but when I hear us getting mad, I'm like, why are we, like, we're focusing on the wrong stuff. Like, Madonna is going to be Madonna. Madonna has all, like, I like Madonna.
I do. I love me some Madonna, but I think a lot of people are just upset that these people are given a platform to speak on something that she really has no place to speak
But, like,
on.
who gave it to
Who
her?
gave her that platform?
But again,
Platform.
MTV, it's white people, right?
Right, so that's what I'm saying. They gave it to
MTV
her.
didn't play our videos until
Michael Jackson
said,
came out,
look,
yeah.
you will play this. And they said, well, all right. And then boom. But MTV isn't for us. It
Right.
really isn't. I mean, The Hill, whatever. I don't watch. There's nothing on MTV for me.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, I mean, why are we're focusing on the wrong things. Like I said, Madonna's going to be Madonna. She's going to do the things she does from 1982 to she dies. And so here we have Tiffany, who is very influential to some degree. I mean, I see a lot of people like her.
Well, yeah, because they're doing a girls' trip, too.
It's like,
They just announced they're doing a girls' trip,
I'll be
too.
honest with you, I hated that movie. It was just like, oh my God. I saw it because he asked me to see it because we're going to be talking about it.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I didn't, like, I like comedies, but to me, it was a little bit disturbing because you have these 4 women who are supposed to be upstanding to some degree besides
Professionals and all this other stuff.
Stab somebody at work or something crazy
Yeah.
she did. But they're going off peeing all over people and taking drugs. Like,
But this goes back to the narrative I've been telling you guys about. There's some truth in what they're saying. That's why when black women get upset, when, oh, that ain't us, we're queens with that,
Oh,
we
no,
don't see it. We don't see it.
No,
We
no.
don't see
Hey, black queen.
It was supposed to be like the black female version of The Hangover. That's
Right.
how I took it. But I don't go out and party like that. At least me and my friend, I know people
You ain't
that
ziplining and
do.
peeing on folks.
No, but I know people that do go out
Right.
and do
Zip like the peeing on people.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Right.
No, it's no R. Kelly type situation around here.
So, well, all right. So that was our take on the VMAs. Like I said, I didn't watch them.
I don't see why people still do.
Right.
Award shows are played out, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So then we have this next topic that I know a lot of you guys have seen. I'm pretty sure y'all have seen some of these videos. The topic is fighting back while black. The most recent video that comes to mind is that his name is Franklin Hall.
Okay. Let's take a break right there and look at the video.
Okay.
And that's the video.
Not that it was funny, but it was kind of funny. His name is not Franklin Hall, it's Frederick Hall. It's the man that was in North Carolina, as you guys saw. He's fighting off, I think it's 4 police officers. You see them tasering him, they're hitting him with batons, and he's just like, "Rawr," he's just giving it to him. At one point, he almost swings and knocks the female officer's head off, and eventually they do get him to the ground. And from one view, you see you can't see what's going on because the car is obstructing the view. But from another view, you see him getting kicked in the face. And they said that he bit the female officer. And so for a while, his family was looking for him. But so they said in 2012, he was diagnosed with mental issues. But in 2016, he had a run-in with the police again or before where he was injured as well. And so when I read that, I thought, well, maybe there's more to the story. I mean, if he had a run in 2016 where he's injured, and so now he's getting ready to have another run in, maybe in his mind he's like, you know what? I'm sorry. Y'all not whooping my ass again. And I'm not taking no total ass beating again. I'm going to fight back. Okay, and so as it is now, his family's still looking for him. Well, they know where he's at, but they haven't been able to speak to him. So another incident I saw was that of I guess he's a former inmate because while he's kicking the alleged Trump supporters' butt, he's telling him, and I just got out of prison, but he's just mollywopping the dude. So apparently the guy disrespected him. It was a liquor store. Came up in the liquor store. The video shows the guy getting beat down. I mean, the guy, I don't like to call him an inmate, but
isn't that the one where the guy's like the white guy's on the ground, he's getting his sunglasses, putting the sunglasses, and the brother's like, you gonna learn today.
The black dude picks up the mop sign, the mopping here, wet floor sign rather, and he's like, wham, wham. You know, don't let Trump get you amped up. And, you know, coming here disrespecting he the dude was just like, he's just out. And so another video I saw, and I'll close with this, was that of an older gentleman. He looked like he had just got out of work, had his paint clothes on and stuff. So I guess apparently, because you know the videos get started late.
Yeah.
Apparently one of the cashiers, I don't know his ethnicity, but he wasn't white, he wasn't black, is in a chokehold by this older black dude. And the black dude is like, you're going to sleep. You're going to sleep.
Right, I see now.
He's like, you better tap out or you're going to die.
Right.
So the guy stops fighting. He lets him up. The young kid puts his hat on. He goes back behind the thing. He's like, man, you know, y'all gonna get enough of disrespecting us. And so when I saw this, I was like, well, isn't that black people are starting to fight back and say, you know what? You gonna whoop my ass anyway?
Right.
As a police, so you gonna whoop my ass, so I might as well get a few in. And I'm not gonna keep going into the store and you disrespect me, because I don't know what the Trump supporters said or did, but whatever it was, I was like, God, it wasn't good. And so I just think what we're starting to witness is, you know, maybe black people are saying, you know what? Because I started to wear my shirt that says "Dear Racism." I'm not my grandparents. Sign these handles.
I saw somebody with a shirt the other day in town that says, Trump has bodyguards and you don't. And then I saw another shirt that says, don't let your president get your ass whooped.
Right.
So, I mean,
that's what we're looking at.
I mean, or do you think that we've come to the conclusion, these motherfuckers ain't looking out for us, so it's everybody for themselves. Not like, you know, it's like we got to start fighting back because ain't nobody going to come and defend. Obviously, they're not defending us.
Well, it's just like, you're not going to put your hands on me. I don't know why on earth you thought you could put your hands on me or perhaps call me the N-word or... Because back in our day, those was fighting words.
Right.
Which, if I was ever called that by somebody who wasn't black, per se, it was usually in a speeding car as they're driving.
Right.
Hey, nigger! But never nobody stood in my face and said that. So... we're at the point now where we've seen countless video after video after video of people doing that. You nigger. Yeah, I know you guys saw the one of the missionary in Africa that was cutting up, and people are actually mad at the Africans because it's like, y'all should have ate his lunch. Y'all should have, you know, like
wiped him out.
Yeah, but it took. I mean, he's hitting them, spitting on them, calling them
But this
niggers.
is supposed to be a man of God over there doing missionary work. And you go over there throwing all kinds of racial slurs, then wonder why you get locked up in Uganda. Good luck and God bless. I hope Trump don't get his ass out.
But he's an American. So it's like he didn't learn that over there. He learned that over here. So, I mean, imagine the stuff that he's done to people over here and just didn't get caught doing it. But then those are the same people, well, in the name of Jesus, you guys, you know, this good family values people, but you're talking, you call them, it's like...
I've always said... at the end of the day, if you know, to make this, to simplify everything, since white people think they've, you know, got this and everybody's got their own, the Mexicans, blacks, whatever you are, let's just do a free for all, and the one that survives. Right, the one that survives, and that'll be the end of it, you know. But until, you know, we do something like that.
I guess since you brought that up, are we already there?
We're technically there.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
South Africa. I've been watching what's going on in South Africa. It is very close to where they are about to whip some ass.
Yeah, they said we didn't talk enough.
Right. You know,
I mean, people can only hold hands and sing kumbaya long enough.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
And the cool part about it is in Africa, the white people are not the white people. They're not going to get up. They're not going to say, okay, gosh.
Yeah, here. Don't compensate. I'm just going to leave.
They're going to have to take it by force.
Yeah.
And so that's the part that I'm getting kind of frustrated. It's like, okay, Malima and all you guys from, you know, EFF or whatever it is, we've heard you guys talk. They're not gonna go willingly. So I mean,
you're gonna have to put some action behind that talk.
And then, you know, maybe people say, okay, now they were serious.
We
out of here.
And then the question is, when the African United Nations comes in and all the whatever else, NATO and those guys come in, what side are they going to come in on? Which is, as black people, we have to be very careful and watch what's going to happen, because either we don't get involved and let them fight it out and wipe those white folks out, or you got to ask yourself this: if the United States goes in and supports the other side,
and they will,
what's that saying about what's going to be happening here?
Well, I mean, you would know better than me.
Yeah.
The United States has a lot of interest, money tied up in the African nation. So,
absolutely.
Of course, you know what they're going to do. They're not going to let those Africans.
But what are we going to do here? That's the question.
Yeah. But what are we going to do here? I mean, Trump has emboldened these people to come out of the woodwork. And it's not just white people. Mm-hmm. The Latinos for Trump and all these other people. Because people are getting in our face. People are out here fighting in these streets. They're doing this, that, and the other. Klan rallies are, you can have a open Klan rally and people having problems. But the minute Black Lives Matter gets together, now it's a terrorist type situation. We got riot here.
So let me ask you this. So we have all these racial problems going on in the United States and these people coming out being emboldened. If I'm of a mixed race, where do I stand in a situation like that?
Well, it's funny because I have a mixed race child. Right. So again, it's as funny as it is, my son being blonde hair, green eyed, and he identifies as black.
Mm-hmm. Right, of course.
And he says, because he looks in his opinion, he looks more black than he does white, even though he's like raw cookie dough colored.
Right.
That's a conversation a lot.
And very disruptive. That boy just you can't control him. Anyway, go ahead.
But it's I have a lot of friends. My girlfriend is black and German. She's like, I self-identify as black. So it's sad that we're forcing people to
take a side.
Because they shouldn't have to.
You can't sit the fence though.
But that's the point. You can't sit the fence. But then if people want to self-identify as black, is the black community going to welcome them with open arms? People will champion Rachel
we usually
Dolezal. Not necessarily. Not them Hotep ones. Oh no.
Oh yeah, well, we ain't worried about them.
They will hopefully light enough incense.
Those are the ones that Marcus Garvey was saying we leave them behind.
We can leave those behind.
They're just what color black you are. To me, that's the last of our. Well, like we internalize the fight with each other. We are not black enough. So you
get the paper bag. Get the paper bag.
You're very ignorant, But Al is black and white, and he identifies as a black man. So
it's just one of those things.
Why you looking at me like that?
Them anger issues that way.
That's a brother.
But I've experienced it when I was stationed in Florida, where my boss, who was Cuban, was like, "I'm gonna tell you one thing about the Latin community. The colorism is real, and it's because Dominicans, Panamanians, all this other fun stuff." And then I had a friend of mine that was from Miami, and he was like, "Look, let me tell you something. Black folks, we have this thing about colorism. It's the light versus dark. If you're too light, then you're not. If you're too light or you're too dark, it's this. We're never dark. Just like we're black people.
So what's the optimal black?
I don't know.
Like, what is the optimal color? What is good enough? Because if you're too dark, you're cute for a dark girl. If you're too light, well, you're not black. So what shade do we have? Does anybody know?
I don't know. I get told, oh, well, you pass. I'm black, though.
Like, I didn't know I was trying to pass.
Right.
I didn't know that. So it's just one of those things where, as a community, we need to just kind of filter out that whole colorism issue that we have, because being light ain't always right and being dark ain't always wrong, Because I've seen some beautiful. I follow this African Instagram. These models, oh my God, this man is beautiful.
Leave them Africans alone.
I know, African, Jamaican.
Right.
Leave them alone.
Leave them alone.
But we need to figure out how other, because other communities do it. They unify. Somebody wrongs their people, they are out there standing for their boy. We don't do that. Right. We take it and then we use it as a platform to jump off on my own personal issue. Right. And then it goes from there. We don't stand behind one thing and just go with it.
And speaking, going to our people, do you have an update on that that shop that they're trying to close down in LA?
You mean New York?
It's New York.
As far as I know, there's still...
No, but that one they're doing in LA, that was it a...
I'm sure it's still open.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, but as far as black people saying you're not light enough or you're not black enough, those are the type of people who will never get froggy with white people or the real oppressor, and so they'll internalize it on people who they feel like I'm better than because I'm 2 shades darker than you, and so you're not black enough. It's like, yeah, I do all that. That's what I have to tell people, because obviously I get that about my man being, very light. He's black and he's white. So I get that a lot, and I'm like, gosh, you guys have anything new? Okay, so your man looks white.
So,
but Tay, you dated outside of the brothers and stuff like that. I mean, was that an issue in regards to like? Obviously, he's in the sisters, whatever it is. But in the back of your mind, did you ever wonder about like? I wonder if his family is.
Okay, so my ex-husband, all of them date outside their race.
Okay.
It's so weird.
Right.
His brother was married to a Filipino. His sister is married to a black guy. I was the first black girl he had ever dated and married. So it was very different to show up.
Now that adds my point right there. They get mad that they're dying out as a thing, but it's them that are intermarrying with other groups.
My ex-husband's from this little podunk town. I kid you not. Go find it on the map. They are in Hartwell, Georgia. It's about that big. You can grocery shop and buy clothes at Ingles. So
all in the same spot, right?
All in the same spot. But that town is 99.9% white. So I was trying to figure out
where did he get the.
No,
in the Air Force.
We met. We were both in the military.
Okay, got it. I was saying, he was brave.
But even like his siblings, they all grew up in this little bitty town. So I'm like, well, wait a minute, because y'all don't have all these different shades around. So I was just, and they're like an hour and a half outside of Atlanta. So I was just like, wow, you guys are real. But no, it was never a society. I never had an issue with society. I never, even when we were overseas and we were married, I never had a problem being a black woman overseas.
You never
like
were.
When I went to China, I think they were fascinated with my hair. Korea, they were fascinated with my hair. The only time I had a problem is when we were in the United States and it was black women.
Right.
Also, when they saw y'all together.
Oh yeah,
they give you the eye.
I literally fought a chick in uniform because she was that disrespectful.
Oh yeah, that's when you went to correctional custody, right? No, I'm doing something.
She was.
We had to get her straight. Technically,
she was that disrespectful.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
She was that disrespectful.
Wow. Well, that's a big thing. But I'm glad you're here, real quick. We got to get Tay on the show a lot more. I know you're busy working out and doing your work schedule and the Pilates. But on the blog today, you brought up something very, very sensitive. Well, not sensitive, but very important in regards to what's going on in the city of Moreno Valley, in that they are going
that
to
stupid amphitheater.
She's about to go off, y'all. She's about to go off, y'all.
Look, okay.
What's the news with that? Just give us a update.
Okay, so they want to build this amphitheater off of Veterans and Alessandro. Now, if you're not familiar with what's in that area, it's a huge open field and it's right next to City Hall. However,
yes, Edgemont.
On the other side of Veteran and Alessandro is a charter school.
Yes.
There are children from kindergarten to 12th grade that attend this school. So they're going to put an amphitheater that has probably going to sell alcohol, that's going to have construction, noise, 360 parking spots, blah, 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 next to a school. And Alessandro, of all streets, it's always full of freaking traffic.
Right.
So now you're going to add to that with an amphitheater in the middle of a freaking city? Who is that dumb?
And if it's on Alessandro on the back street, Cactus is the truck route.
Which is not Cactus and the back half of the base. So you're put in all those little streets that are in between. Those businesses can't handle the influx of traffic that's going to happen with this amphitheater. Those children are going to be exposed to how is that going to impact their learning?
Well, you got to remember, it's Edgemont, so who cares?
So whose idea was that again?
Who cares?
It was the Highland Fairview 3.
Highland Fairview 3 and the city attorney and the city
I just had to buy 4 new tires on my car because frickin' Day Street has nothing but nails due to construction.
Right.
So, City of Moreno Valley, you owe me $1,300.
I have to stay
and you can make a claim. There are claim forms you can go and file.
And then on Alessandro, from Kitching all the way down to Moreno Beach, Alessandro is literally like you're four-wheeling, going down JFK from Heacock all the way to Indian. It's like you're like this.
Stay off of that side of town.
But there's lots of roads that are like this. So how are you going to focus on building $4 million on an amphitheater when our infrastructure is crumbling to the point where our streets?
It's a little bit more than that.
It's going to be more than that. But how can you focus on an amphitheater when our roads are literal shambles?
Because they're getting a kickback.
Because most of the money is supposed to go to Ito.
And that, please, like I said on Nextdoor, if y'all are...
I got kicked off Nextdoor.
Oh, did you?
No doubt, really.
I got kicked off.
I mean, I'm probably on my way, but I said, if you guys know what these people are up to, the shenanigans, they're not benefiting our city at all.
No.
These streets are terrible. We just had a water break the other day. I woke up and it was Friday. There was a water break over by. I live across from the library. Big old water break. I had no water. Infrastructure. Our pipes are breaking. And then there was another water main break in another part of the city. Our infrastructure is failing, and we're going to be LA because look at LA.
Well, we are LA because you got the LA people here.
Well,
That's crazy.
But you were complaining about the water. Just come over to Edgemont. We just have nice, cloudy, messed up water.
But I'm just saying, we have so many other things in this city to focus on. We have a homeless problem. My son can't even go to the frickin' Dollar Tree.
Did you know we didn't have a homeless problem until we started building warehouses?
Well,
warehouses attract homeless people.
Do not agree with me when I say this, but again, I've been in logistics from warehousing all the way up to aerospace since I was 18 years old, and I am 40 now. Mm-hmm. Warehouses, the pickers in the warehouses are your low man on the totem pole. Mm-hmm. You can pick somebody off the street, homeless person, doesn't matter. Those are the people that they pick. So you get those questionable individuals in those low-paying $9, $10 an hour jobs. That's who you get. And that's when they lose that job, that's who you unleash on the street. Because everyone at this point in Southern California is one paycheck away from being homeless. Period. I mean, unless you're one of the lucky ones, the smart ones that save.
Right. Or you become a technician, you upgrade, become a technician to fix the robots.
But even still, trying to promote within the warehouse, outside of being a warehouse supervisor, requires a degree. So 9 times out of 10, these people working in the warehouses are not going to do anything above what they're doing now outside of a shift lead or a warehouse operations supervisor. That's it. They're not going to be those marketing executives and all that stuff. That's why Skechers is hiring for an executive position, but they're not looking at people.
Yeah, not in Moreno Valley.
People here because we don't have a talent pool. We keep hiring, the low-end jobs and then take all the high-end supervisory CEO bachelor degree elsewhere. It'll never happen here.
Real quick, running for mayor, who do you have right now that you see as a possible?
Damn,
it's hard.
It's really hard because
How many candidates are there?
Too damn many.
Yeah, I think there's 5.
Dave Marquez, Jeffrey Guyba, Denise Fleming. Gutierrez, and I can't remember who the other one is.
Yeah, there's one more person. I can't remember who that person is.
I hate to say it.
Is it a brother? Is that another brother?
No, I truly hate to say it, but it's going to be probably between Guyba and Fleming.
You don't think Gutierrez is in the running?
For me, my vote? Hell no.
I thought. Okay,
for your vote?
My vote?
Yeah.
Oh no, absolutely not. Oh no.
Okay, that's interesting.
And that's a stretch for me because
I was able.
About Fleming.
Right, I was able to find that picture of her in that red dress. I will be posting that
Please.
ASAP with a nice meme to go with it.
That's not nice.
Please.
Politics isn't about being nice, so.
But again, it just for all these people that are out here running, what have you been doing? Like Holt, I've never seen him at a council meeting.
You won't. Highland Fairview.
I've seen her at a council meeting. I've seen Shalinda at a council meeting, but she between birth and babies and working, I get it. A lot like Joanne Steffen. I'll never forget when we did that debate for District 4, and she went and she showed her ass. I will never forget that.
So that's supposed to be running. She's supposed to be running
She's
for mayor.
supposed to be running for District 2.
Oh, okay.
That woman.
And and accordingly in the message she sent me, she's running because she doesn't like the candidates.
So she's another Highland Fairview person. So now District 2 is literally just a bunch of Corey Jackson, no. I haven't seen him do anything outside of mentoring children. And I told him, mentoring children is my public policy. I don't want to hear it.
Right.
I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, those are her catchwords.
So then who is over there?
Carrie Thin. You have Carla Thornton.
Oh.
Carla Thornton and a Holt. I had the list. I don't remember the list, but
there's a bunch of people over there.
Right now, it's between Carrie Thin and Carla.
And District 4 is just going to be
Shalinda
and Cabreras.
But Cabreras going around putting little business cards in people's doors, for his personal business, because now he's a web developer or web designer.
Yeah.
So I can't wait for Shalinda to enjoy her time off with her baby.
And get out there and pop
get
it.
out there and do her thing.
So we have a lot of stuff going on in the city of Moreno Valley and in Inland Empire in general. So stand by. We've got about 5 more minutes.
I was wondering where we're time.
Yeah. So.
That's all.
Well, no, we're not even finished with the thing. So, in conclusion of black folks fighting back,
black.
I mean, so should we continue to start choking folks out, or should we?
No, I don't think you should continue choking folks out. I think you should defend yourself.
You should defend yourself and go through the justice system.
Yeah. I mean, you're not gonna put your hands on me if I'm coming in your store, and that's another thing. Shouldn't be in those stores anyway. But if I'm coming in there, you should. Oh, and I saw another one. Mine is gosh. Did I see the one about Popeyes?
Yes.
And,
yes.
Some Asian guy. I don't know what's going on with the Asians, but he has a full-on baseball bat. Yeah. And the black dude's like, I ordered my food. I'm just waiting for my food. And the black dude's on his knees like, what's wrong? What's going on?
He's like, man, don't do this. And the dude
is swinging at him. So the black dude commandeers the bat for him, and he gives it to him. Was it Goodfellas style?
Yeah, Goodfellas style.
And so everybody, I was like, where was all this hollering when he was swinging at the black dude? But that the black dude, I mean, he let him have it.
I know. I saw the video.
And rightfully so. It's like, I'm not gonna let you hit me with this baseball bat. I'm asking you for my order. Like, where did it get in your mind that? And not just because we just seen Asians do it.
Yeah. Is the chicken worth that good?
But these black people.
Have you been to the buffet?
But these black people ain't jacked to where I'm gonna pull out a baseball bat in the Popeyes and put you under subjection.
Right.
But that's the thing. It's the calling the police on black folks, and there was a senator or somebody, a public official that wants to create a ban, make it illegal for you to call the police on black people, but it's getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand.
But the point, defend yourself by any means necessary, absolutely. And I think that's the other thing that a lot of these people are just used to seeing us. Oh God, me with a baseball bat. They're used to us taking it, but they're not used to okay, bring it. And I might choke you.
I'm gonna stand my ground. Right.
They're not. So hopefully they're seeing those videos too, and they'll start saying, okay, we're gonna have to be civilized. Or get our ass beat.
Right. Take this ass whip and come get these hands.
You're going to have to.
Sometimes I'll be like, why can't it be me? Careful what you ask for. Like, why that couldn't be me?
Right. Real quick in local news, you are aware that I will be going to court on the 28th?
Yeah.
Yeah. Real quick, what is your take on that? I mean, you saw the interaction with Mr. Sanchez.
Like I tell everybody, use your words. They have meanings, definitions, all this other fun stuff. So you better stand behind what you say, because anything on social media, anything on the internet can be screenshotted and kept forever.
So
if you can't stand behind, that's not what I meant, then you need to start using your words just a little bit better.
Well, like I said, and we're going to find out 28th what's going on. And it's like I was telling Dee earlier in the show, it isn't really about the money. It's about the principle of what's going on. Yeah, the principalities of it, because you're not going to get up there and just say what you want to say. And
I think people are taking this whole freedom of speech thing just a little too far.
Right.
Freedom of speech is not really freedom of consequences.
Right.
You say something about me that's not true, I'm coming for that ass, period.
Right. And,
I don't care who you are.
And one thing everybody knows about me, I will not say it if it ain't true. I back it up with documents.
You have the receipts. So.
I have the receipts.
Was that a week from today, huh?
Yes, it's going to be about a week from now. So I'll be having my, and the reason Dee wants her cut. So anyway, but okay, so we got about a minute. Any other announcements coming up? I want to remind everybody on the 3rd of, it's going to be November 3rd. We're having the Paris Veterans Day Parade and Celebration honoring all those who served. It's going to be for a tribute to the Veterans Parade in downtown Paris on November 3rd, starting at 10 a.m., followed by a Veterans Day celebration honoring God and country first and all our brave veterans. After the parade celebration, we're going to have a classic car show, classic motorcycle show, concert in the park. There's going to be comedians, guest veteran speaker, Altie Holcomb. Sorry, Altie. Delicious food, raffles and prizes, and so much more. And this is hosted by the City of Paris. Reflections Christian Fellowship, American Legion, and the Paris Veterans of Foreign Wars.
All right.
So you guys be looking at that and check the share the pages and look at your right candidates and be informed about who you're voting for.
Absolutely.
And we'll catch you guys in the entertainment section as Dee keeps bringing it to us. Dee's motto, stop singing, start swinging.
You know?